While we're working in Chapter 10 with conic sections, we're going to have a project. And this project is going to be constructing an art project using the conics that we've looked at. So we're going to be creating artwork. It needs to be a picture, not just an abstract design. And you want to make sure that you include all the conic sections. In fact, you'll need a total of 8 conic sections, so 2 circles, 2 ellipses, 2 hyperbolas, 2 parabolas, plus a minimum of 4 lines. And more specifically, 1 positive slope, 1 negative slope, 1 undefined slope, and 1 zero slope. You'll have 2 different versions of your artwork. You'll have one that is a rough sketch. So it's just the outlines, it shows the conics, it's on graph paper, and you'll label that one equation 1, equation 2, equation 3. And then after you make your sketch, you're going to have a place where you can calculate your equations. So you have a sketch, it has lots of equations and pictures on it. You'll need a separate sheet of paper that shows the equations of each one of those lines or each one of those conics. And you'll also need to label and include, what's the center of the circle, or what's the equation of the directrix. And then lastly, you'll create a final artwork piece from your rough sketch. So I should still be able to see the conics, but this one will be colored and it'll be on a nice piece of white paper or a poster board. All of these things you're going to be turning in at the end together, in addition to a written conclusion where you're going to answer a couple of questions like, what did I learn from doing the project? What difficulties did I face? So right now you're getting this piece of paper that has all the details of what you need to do to complete the project. So this week, the only thing I want you to work on is your rough sketch. What do you think you want to draw? What's it going to look like? You just need a sketch that's done by Friday, so you can start that tonight. Everything else we'll work on together starting Friday, and it'll go toward next week. So here's an example of somebody who's already completed this project. They made a rough sketch. They have their cow, the different parts of the cow. They put in a tree, a little house. This is their rough sketch. It's on graph paper. Everything is labeled with these numbers, and they even color coordinated which ones were which type of conic. This is their final sketch over here. You can see that it's colored, it's bright, it's neat, it's well shaded. They did it on white paper. I can still see the conics really easily, but for the most part it's a finished piece of artwork. And then down here is where they have all their equations with all of their lines. So these are all the equations. So here's number 1, and then over here they had equation number 1 for their parabola. Here's another example. This person has lots of lines for their mountains. They're sort of lacking some conics here, but it looks like they have a circle, and here's parts of a hyperbola. Here's an ellipse, rough draft over here, labeled equations. They also labeled the domain where the function starts and stops, and then this is their final drawing. It'd be nicer if it wasn't on graph paper, but nonetheless it's a nice final drawing. Here's 2 more examples of drawings. This one of Tinkerbell, of course, is pretty advanced, but hopefully you can see in it the conics. And here's one that's a little more simple. So it's just a car with circles for wheels, and here's some parabolas and some lines. Okay, so this is what I want you to do. The sub is going to pass out the assignment sheet to you, and it has a rubric on it. The only thing you need to do between now and Friday is make your sketch. So just to have an idea of what you're doing. Okay, so that's the 8 conics plus the 4 lines. That's the only thing that needs to be done by Friday. When you come in on Friday, I expect every single person to have that sketch ready to go so that we can work with them together on Friday. I will walk you through the rest of the process after Friday. All right, good luck everybody. Make great sketches. Be creative.